Recording.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the FPL Lodge podcast. This is the pilot episode. My name is Mason. With us today, we have Jake Harris,
Yo.
Jordan Palmer, Joseph Cummins,
Yo.
and Perry Williamson.
Word up.
Word up. Cool. So FPL is upon us, guys. We all have been long-term players. Jake, how are you feeling? How excited are you for this upcoming season?
Feeling good, man. Coming back off a big win last season. Actually, 2 back-to-back seasons for me, so I'll take it. I'm excited, bro. Looking forward to finishing top of the pack once more.
It's good. Could you do the three-peat? Could you do the
It's unheard of. It's unheard of, but I'll give it a go.
Good. Well,
some man
I'm not rooting
some man
for
in
you.
here still on 0 titles and running their mouth. But...
Hey, we'll get to them.
Yeah, who the hell are they, mate? Who is that person out there? I'll tell him.
Jordan, how are you feeling about the upcoming season?
Well, didn't exactly do brilliant last year. I was down at the bottom.
Yeah,
I think I'm getting a little bit too ahead of myself, thinking that I'm a pretty good player, but maybe I just got lucky a couple of seasons.
I think the viewers need to hear that Jordan had an absolutely wonder season. What was it? Was that 17, 18 or something like
that? 16, 17, I think. 16, 17 came. Yeah, top 1,000, I think, in the end.
It was good.
At one point, I was like 50th or something stupid.
That's right. Top 100 just
got
a
it
few
up
weeks
on
before the end.
Got it up on my screen here. Jordan finished 639th in 16-17.
Well,
right, that means 638 better, mate. That's shocking.
But then last year he finished.
Yeah, but I don't think there's 638 that are worse than you.
True. Mr. Joseph, how are you feeling about the upcoming season? Quite a consistent performer, I must say.
Yep, 0 Cradhams, 0 tiles. You know, it is what it is. Hopefully, break the duck. As long as I beat Pel to it, that's all I care about. But one of us has got to surely crack at one point.
I thought, Joe, you would have won one, man. You're always in and amongst it. And you don't even won. That's even worse than me, bro. At least I'm like out of it.
Just Spursy. That's the word, Spursy.
Spursy, yeah.
And Perry, how about yourself, mate? How are you?
Oh, just another droll, disappointing season. put it on the pile of droll, disappointing seasons, man. And I'm just so ready for another disappointment season.
That's it, mate. Once you get used to it, like you almost get addicted to it. It's this vicious cycle.
It's going to be my year take 3. It's my team name. So you can imagine, you know, that's at least 2 failures in the name before it.
Right,
last year was my year take 2.
Let's go through that then. Perry, what's your team name and which country will you be representing this year?
So I'll be my year take 3, and hopefully, you know, what sort of number are we going to get in a few years' time? And I'll be representing Tanzania.
Wonderful, mate. It's a good niche country. You might see yourself finishing the top 100 in something like that. Mr. Joseph, what's your team name and what country will you be representing this year?
Cool. So I've gone for Come On You Coys. Spoiler.
Very original.
Spoiler alert, I'm a Spurs fan. And the country I'm representing...
all my fans out there.
And the country I am representing is the US Virgin Islands. Big up the Virgins.
Imagine that.
That's quite fitting.
Shout out to my Virgins out there. Cool.
Mr. Jordan, your team name and the country, please.
I'm going for Bukaki FC.
Keep it PC, mate.
I am. I just put Bukaki. That's all.
Any sponsors out there, we are available.
Ake, that's great.
If Ake wants to come on, we can book him. I don't mind.
Come on. Excuse a pun.
Yeah. And then I'm England because I feel like I can definitely get the top 1,000 in that.
Wow, that's
ambitious. Skydream.
There's a lot of players who will be representing England, so best of luck to you.
Yeah, might need it.
Jake, team name and country, please.
I'm no Wyman, no Cry at the moment, but I might change it.
Definitely room for improvement there.
That's good.
And I'm currently representing the Western Sahara. So for all my desert peeps out there, all man on the back of a camel,
in parts of the world,
100%, all the camel crew, looking to represent.
Looking good, right? And then my team is called Trent Free Bonus. I anticipate Trent Alexander-Arnold will get free bonus
each week.
and I am representing the what they called the Svalbard and Jan Mayen Islands.
Oh, that's just east of.
I'm just going to Google where that is. Let me just.
Narnia. I'm pretty sure that's
Good luck with the spelling,
territory.
Blake.
I'm pretty sure.
I just copy and paste it, bro. Little Control C, Control V.
Well, it's very well. Look at that technological genius there.
It's actually in the middle of nowhere.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's up in around Norway somewhere, or it's Viking territory.
It's more north than
Really,
Greenland.
I thought it sounded like Middle Eastern or some bullshit like that. What was it again?
Svalbard and Jan Mayen Islands.
Oh yeah.
So I'm obviously going for a top 100 finish in that region. I don't think they have 100 people who actually live there.
I'm just going to find right.
Imagine. And you still finish like 200.
They've got a population of 2,600.
Yeah, I mean, based on my last 2 seasons, I have finished last in our league the last 2 seasons, so could definitely finish 200th in the Svalbard Islands.
Some achievement there.
Right. Okay, guys, should we get into the meat of it?
Go on, mate. I'm ready.
So I'm going to throw out a few topics, a few kind of pre-season things that's been on my mind, and take it in turns, trying to shout over each other and have some good conversation around fantasy. Right. So with these increased player budgets and costs, do you think that 100 million budget is enough?
Nah, it's dead.
Well, it seems like the prices have just gone up, but we got the same amount of money, so. That just don't make any sense to me.
Wait, to be fair,
like you said there's nothing less than 4.5. I mean, is that even true? I haven't even put my draft team together yet.
Yeah,
no, there's a few.
No one that's going to play anyway. They're all just players who got 1 point last year.
There is a Crystal Palace right back for 4 million again, but literally he will not be Wan-Bissaka.
What's the name of that? What's the name of that?
Let me tell you, Martin Kelly.
Taking notes, pal. You're going to get a player in.
What's his name?
Martin. I think is it Martin Kelly? His surname's definitely Kelly.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right. It's Martin Kelly.
He got 26 points last year, though. So what's the point?
It's more than any other 4 million prize players got.
It's true.
But no, I mean the premium players this year, they are premium,
man.
right?
Who's the most expensive? Is it Salah? I imagine, or maybe Kane.
He's cheaper than last year.
I think.
Salah was 13 mil last year, but he's come down to 12.5.
That seems strange, isn't it?
It's true. It's true. He's actually cheaper than last year, but it seems there's a lot more noise about not enough budget this year. Even though I think Kane's gone down in price. I think Aguero.
Yeah, Kane went down. He was 12.5 last year. This year, but
it's not the big players. It's like the mid. There's no mid players anymore. They're all just suddenly 8 million. There's no one.
Where you're gonna win the fantasy is getting them second rate. Like, let's say if a Danny Ings goes and bangs in like 12, 13 goals in a season. If you pick up them goals, doing all right, huh?
Let me tell you something. I picked Danny Ings for the last 6 seasons. I've won 0 titles. So. I'm telling you right now, don't pick Danny Ings.
Well, I've never chose Jamie Vardy, and it's always like haunted me. So I feel like I might slot Vardy in this year.
I wouldn't if I was you, mate.
Well, I remember a sad conversation we had years ago, and you told me in the Leicester winning season not to put Vardy and Mahrez in, and I listened to you, and Vardy and Mahrez, nearly enough joint top scorers in the league.
I know, mate. I had them in my team. I won that year.
Remind me while we're still mates.
Yeah, well, are we? So I think 100 million. I think the problem is with the 100 million budget is that there's certain players who are somewhat essential, right? That if you don't have, you're never going to be able to catch back up, right? I.e., Salah, one of the premium goalkeepers who are going to get clean sheet after clean sheet. Maybe one of the Liverpool fullbacks.
You've got to try to maybe double up on Liverpool players, defenders now, isn't it?
Both, they're 7 mil each, though, man. It's like 14 mil with 2 players.
Yeah, that's you slot Alisson in. Alisson's 6 mil. That's what I've done.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I've got 2 Liverpool defenders, Alisson in goal, and then just no strikers for them.
Yeah, just build up from the back.
Spend all the money on defence.
So you have 3 Liverpool defenders, Jordan?
Yeah. It's a good plan.
You don't have Salah?
No. But I think that'd be quite hard. I think have 4 Liverpool players.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying you made the decision to not have Salah or Mane, so no Liverpool goal scorers in your team.
I'm for City strikers.
I don't know about that, man.
I know
Very risky. I'm sure many of our listeners will disagree with you.
Yeah, it depends. Jordan.
Well, don't worry. In about 3 weeks, I'm like a different team entirely, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, mate. Tinker man.
Jordan, are you doing that for price, or are you like very smart and you realise that there's a good chance Salah and Mane could be at the AFCON till like the final, and they probably won't be fit enough?
I'd like to say I'm being smart, but really it's not.
I didn't even take that into consideration. What is Senegal and Egypt? I know Egypt's hosting the thing, and they're still going, aren't they?
Liverpool's fixtures at the start are so peng though. They've got Norwich, Southampton, Burnley and Newcastle in the first 5 games. I mean, that is some serious points out there.
Yeah.
To be fair,
we'll come on to the opening fixtures in a bit.
I feel like I need to have. Mane was such a consistent player last season. I think I had him from the start and never got rid of him, and he picked me up so many points.
He was like 9 mil, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah, I seen a tweet. It was like Salah's come down like 0.5, but Mane's gone up like 2 mil. So like, people that picked Mane over Salah last year basically might as well pick Salah this year because they're both exactly the same price almost.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, last year I'd done a clutch change where I had Sane in, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to go for Mane literally like last hour. And it was like Sane didn't even play, I think, for the first 5 games.
That's true.
Played very little.
I had him in my starting team last year.
I knew that. That's why I brought it up. That is literally why I brought it up.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, are we friends? Right. So then, essential players. Let's get 2 players from each of you. Starting with you, Jake. Give us 2 players who are must-have essential players who will likely never leave your team throughout the whole season.
Are we allowed to agree with each other? Or are we trying to think of someone different?
No, of course. Top 2, Jake.
Do you call me? Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the first one is Sterling. The man, like City going forward, and he's literally such a poacher at that back post for City. Like he's just gonna get so many tap-ins. Like last year, he really stepped it up big time. So he will definitely be in the team from the start, and will stay there for me. And then the second one, I'm definitely gonna keep Alexander-Arnold. Just because I think he's nailed on right back. They're going to get clean sheets, and he takes corners, and he takes some of their free kicks. I think. Does he take pens?
No, I don't take pens.
He takes set pieces.
So I think him as well. The amount of assists that he's going to get supplying Mane and Salah. I think he's going to be a use. Even at 7 mil, we've got to have him.
Yep, fair play, Jordan.
Well. Got Sterling for the same reasons. Just always going to get your points. Always going to start, except for the odd bit. All the City players, he's probably going to play the most. And then probably Alisson in goal. Just can't see him not getting clean sheets pretty much every week.
Fair play, Joe.
Yeah.
My first one I've got is Laporte. Like unreal season. City going to be. They've just signed some guy for a club record today, Rodri. So. They're just going from strength to strength, and Laporte is one that's like he's nailed in the team. Like it's not like City, like Pep rotates a lot, but Laporte's not getting dropped. So and he scores, he gets clean sheets. Can't not play
Joe,
him.
I was looking at this earlier. He only got like 3 goals last season. There weren't that many to be.
Hey, can we allow the people to have the?
Sorry.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Get attacked already.
Sorry, man.
Christ. One pick and boom, and then
Make a bit of pick.
Second, I'm going De Bruyne. Like I think. He had injury plagued season. He's gone down by I think he's 9.5 this year, and I just think he'll get assist after assist. I can't see City not romping the league. So yeah,
does he start?
They're my team. De Bruyne, 100%, mate.
Surely.
I had him all last year in draft team. He got me like 10 points all season. He was injured the whole time. Little fuck.
He wasn't getting dropped like rotated, he was injured. So
yeah, sure.
We'll do bits.
Mr. Williamson, Harry.
I reckon it's got to be Danny Ings. You've got to have. I reckon Liverpool defender. I would take Robertson. Pretty much whatever Trent can do, Robertson can do just as well. And the amount of assists and clean sheets he racks up. Even though are they the same price, Robertson and Trent? Yeah. So I think I would just favour Robertson slightly over Trent. And you know what? Let's go for HK. I think Spurs are going to get better. Let's go for Kane up top. I'm hoping that he's going to stay fit, and I'm a Spurs fan as well, so I'm going to back Kane. I'm going to keep putting him in from the start. So that's
we've got a tough start though, man. got a tough start.
Spurs are just too good, mate.
First 2 away games. What are they?
Don't matter, mate.
Debatable. I mean, fourth last season, wasn't it? Again, whatever. We
Somehow.
won't go into it. Let's keep it on fantasy. All right. So keeper selection. Has anyone not gone for a premium goalkeeper? Is anyone trying to rotate to middle range?
I've gone
keepers?
for a lesser one. I've gone for Leno at Arsenal. Their defence is dead, but I literally can't get.
No, mate. Mistake. I've bloody burnt in half season, mate. No clean sheets. They're terrible.
Away from home, you're going to get nothing from him.
Burn.
I know it's a bad shout, but he's literally 5 mil, and he was the only average keeper that I could get in. Otherwise, I'm going down to fucking getting Gazaniga and all that.
So who's your other keeper? You must have another keeper who starts as well.
My keeper had Leno, and then I got Woodman, who's like 4 mil and just doesn't play for Newcastle.
Right, so as it stands, you're getting 0 clean sheet points from your goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of time before the season starts, so that would probably change. But good to see what people are at the moment. We touched on this earlier. There's literally 4 million players to pick from. So that's like you're basically, once you buy a couple premium players, you have to fill the space, right? Because you can't start the thing with less than 15 players, obviously. So you have to fill Deadwood with players who just won't play. Like if you have to spend 4 million on a player, that is a spot in your team that is essentially useless, right? You're never going to shift them. They're probably only ever going to go down in price. I think that's a bit of something people need to watch out for, especially people I see who are lumping all of their money in their starting 11. They might find themselves down the line without having bench options, kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
So the trouble I had last year is that I got stuck with two cheap players. I couldn't get them out because they all went down to 3.8, 3.9. And then you're stuck with that bad player and you can't even move them. And the longer you leave them, they get worse and worse. And you're just, great. I still get this.
They can't gain anything, can they?
Yeah.
Non-players.
Yeah, but it's worth it. Like the 1 or 2 mil that they normally free up is worth it when you can have like a Kane over like Lacazette or whatever. Like Drinkwater this year is 4.5 mil. He's just not gonna get. He's not gonna get.
That's what I mean, you know.
No midfielders for 4 mil. Like Chong for Man United, he got 2 points last year, 4.5. Like how are they justifying everyone now being 4.5 minimum? It's dead.
To be fair though, if Drinkwater went to like a mid-table team, you'd probably slot him in.
Yeah.
Of course.
Surely CDMs are just like a no-go. I mean, that's what Drinkwater is, isn't it? You just stay away from them CDMs.
Except Milivojevic.
I don't know if what his future's like, but Tielemans is just. I just got this voice in my head saying Tielemans is the one to have in this year.
Not even playing for Leicester, bro.
No, mate. This is why I don't win. It's that voice.
To be fair, they said they're close to agreeing a deal, and you look pretty good. So
yeah, he'll pay for Leicester surely if they get him.
If he's like 6 mil, I'd definitely slot him in.
Oi, who just saw who Sheffield United announced about half hour ago? Big player.
Freezy guy or not him?
No, Phil Jagielka.
Oh, mate, the blades, they're staying up.
Blades.
I mean, Big Phil.
That might not be a bad shout. He does score a couple of goals.
Oh, mate, I was watching Sky Sports News, and you remember he put an absolute postage stamp top bins against Liverpool, like for years.
Quality.
Right. So let's have a look at some of the opening fixtures. Some of the nice teams are probably people going to fill up their teams with at the start. So Bournemouth have a relatively okay run. They start Sheffield United at home, then Villa away. Then they do have City, which is obviously a tough one. Then they got Leicester, Everton, Southampton, West Ham. So that's 7 game weeks, 6 out of 7 kind of, favourable matches there.
I didn't realise that.
I'm looking at the spreadsheet right now, my friend.
Might have to get Ryan Fraser in for them first 2 games against Sheffield United and Aston Villa,
For sure.
He was like, what was he? Joint top assist last season, Fraser. So he's no.
I think he was on the assist list in Europe as well. I think he made the top 10 or top 15 list. I think.
Yeah, so he's definitely a player. I mean, does anyone know the price of him?
Last year he was 5.5. This year he's 7.5.
That's a big
Probably
increase.
fair enough. It's probably fair enough, that price, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, the fantasy market's inflating like the real market. 30 million for
Yeah.
parents.
Van Dijk would be like fucking 40 mil, mate.
Yeah, 50 mil, mate, one player. Anyone going to touch any of the new teams? I mean, Villa have got Tottenham away to start with, but then they got Bournemouth at home, Everton at home, Palace away, then West Ham. I mean,
I have got Grealish in my team.
Yeah, you do have Grealish, do you? I think
He's
they're
bad shout, man.
quite quiet.
Yeah, but the fact that he's 6 mil, and considering like most other decent players like 7.5, he was an all right pick for 6 mil. Like, there's another player called Hourihan or whatever. He's 6 mil as well for Villa. So how is Grealish on the same level?
I think it's very risky.
The thing is,
putting those guys in.
teams coming up now. Villa has spent a lot of money, haven't they? They've been doing some business, and teams coming up have sometimes held their own.
Yeah, but do you know what normally happens though? Like when a new team comes up, like for example Fulham, they normally start the first like 10 games. The strikers are normally on fire, like Mitrovic. He's normally like they bang on fire because they're like reared up for it, and then by like the 10th game, they just like know they're gonna get relegated, so they just stop trying. So then they're shit. So you're better having them at the start of the season, I think, when they're like buzzing to be in the Prem, and then like you ship them out after like 5 weeks.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's definitely the story of Mitrovic. I had him in the team when he scored. I think he scored like a hat trick and got an assist, or 2 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah.
His big game last season. Apart from that, didn't do too much.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you. Sorry, Mace. I don't know, because at the moment I've got the Norwich right back Aaron's in my team because they're pretty offensive, but I don't know. I'm looking at Sheffield United. I just looked at them now. They only conceded 41 goals in 46 games last year.
Yeah.
So surely they must be pretty solid at the back.
I think they play some weird like wing back, centre back system as well, don't they?
Yeah, they play 3 at the back.
Yeah.
So
they've got no midfielders though. They've got like 4 midfielders.
But will they play
They've got
3?
no players. They've got 13.
yeah, they're not going to change their system. They'll still play the same system. They're not really signing anyone, are they? I know they've got Jagielka, but they're not trying to like.
They just signed a Freezy guy. Freeze something. Can't remember his name.
To be fair, if you get Jagielka in the team, that's basically just shores up a top 10 finish, mate.
If you start with Jagielka in your team,
Yeah.
let's get it done with. Do you know what I mean? Who else got good starts? Everton's got a good start. They got Palace, Watford, Villa, Wolves, Bournemouth, Sheffield United in their first 6 matches. That's a very strong run. Sigurdsson probably pick up a few points there. Our boy Luca Digne probably get some points in there.
Richarlison likes to start well as well.
Richarlison just does flames at the beginning game.
True. Richie does love it.
Richarlison's been doing well for Brazil, hasn't he?
He has scored a couple.
He's had a great tournament. But then again, is he going to be fatigued as well? Like,
mate, I'm that guy who watches it at 2 a.m.
The analysis in, mate.
Shout out US Virgin Islands again. Yeah. No, he does start from, to be fair, or he gets game time, and they're in the final, so they play Sunday, and everyone reports back to pre-season.
Was it against Peru or Chile? I know that was the other semi. Has that been played?
Yeah, no, mate. Peru won 3-0, so they're playing Brazil. Yeah, it's quite a surprise.
I could not name you a Peruvian player.
No.
I can make a Peruvian flute band.
No, but so basically pre-season starts on Monday for the Prem teams, and Richarlison's playing in the final on Sunday. So I don't know. I think he'll be fit for the start of the season. They've got great fixtures. Like him and Sigurdsson are the same price. Like surely
they do have some of the best looking fixtures. Start. There are some really bad looking fixtures for, let's say, Wolves. They got Leicester away, United at home. They do have a bit of respite with Burnley, then Everton away, then Chelsea. Yeah,
and they'll have Europa League qualifiers as well in between.
They're going to flop, man. I'll tell you, they are flopping hard.
Who's that?
Big task on their hand. Wolves. Norwich as well, very, very difficult start. Liverpool away, then Newcastle at home, then Chelsea at home, and West Ham away, then City at home. So, 3 of the top 6 in the first.
I was looking at him though, like that Pookie, he got 29 goals.
He got
mate, he signed on a free and he scored 29 goals and got 10 assists. I know, the championship means nothing. Like, he could be David Nugent, he could be, I don't know. Do you know what I mean, though? He could tear it up.
Yeah, he could do. 6.5 mil.
29 goals in the championship's decent, but like, if you take like a Dwight Gow who literally bangs them in the championship and then
that's it. Yeah,
that's true.
It's in front of me now. Dwight Gale got 23 goals and 3 assists. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, huge.
So it's hard, isn't it?
It's a big goal.
So just keep an eye out on those opening fixtures. I always think opening fixtures are important because that's where your team's kind of built from, the foundation. So teams like Everton and Brighton have a good start. Bournemouth, like we said, they will have good starts, and so you want to avoid the ones that obviously have a bad start. VAR and pens and penalty takers. Anyone basing their team or making sure that they got penalty takers in their team because they think
Milivojevic is all in that team.
Everyone seems to be going for him, but do you think like Palace are going to get more penalties than other teams, or like
that's the thing?
The thing is, if Zaha goes, they won't get any.
Mate, that is literally if Zaha goes, then I'm not touching any Palace players. I think they are doomed.
Speaking of going, I'm going to have to leave, boys. My takeaway has arrived. Not that
The fan taken. This podcast is sponsored by.
This podcast is sponsored by Deliveroo and the lovely fish and chip shop of Tooting Broadway.
Enjoy your fish.
Cheers, Jordan.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, so I personally, I've not really based anything around.
Deadwood's been cut, mate.
Bad smell, mate. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. So I've not put any penalty takers in my team. I mean, Salah, I think it takes pens, right, for Liverpool.
I've got a Bang. He's the only pen.
No. Yeah, a Bangyanan. Yeah, he was. I had him in my first draft team, but at the moment I don't have any premium strikers. But we'll see how that pans out. What about new signings, guys? Any potentials you see in like Pulisic, Ndombele, the Rodri guy, Ayoze Perez to Leicester? Jags. I'm quite excited about Perez to Leicester. I think if he starts under Brendan
Will he
Rodgers,
play though? Is he Vardy's number 2, or are they gonna?
No, he's going to be on the wings, isn't he? It's going to be. There'll be 2 or 3 of Barnes, Gray, and Perez by the looks of it.
He's also listed as a midfielder this year, and he was a forward last year. So he's 6.5. That's relatively cheap for someone who might get a good haul.
I do feel Leicester offense is going to be the one to go for.
Yeah.
I think Rodgers, they're going to play pretty offensive. So I think Madison's going to be like the Mahrez and the Fraser this year. That's my prediction.
Yeah. I think Madison will be sick pick.
Joe, do you know much about this Rodri guy that City have signed?
He's a holding mid, so he's going to do the Fernandinho role. So he's not an FPL asset, but apparently he's pretty good. So
by the way, viewers, Joey's our football guru, mate. He will know the middle names, the parents' names of any player.
I'm trying to keep up with on the screen and just what we're talking about display on my screen. I just quickly googled Rodri and it's just come up with Rodri the Great, who basically was some king in BC. So who is this Rodri guy? How do you spell his name?
Rodri.
Yeah, that's it.
Rodri.
Oh wait, hang on. I want to hear more about Rodri the Great.
Rodri.
That's a little bit about that, mate.
Succeeded his father Merfyn Fritsch as King of Gwynedd in 844.
Oh shit! I wonder if they had fantasy team back then.
Yeah, I wonder who he is. Come on, you Rodri.
I picketh
you. No clean sheet. Die.
Yeah. Off your head. You can get bonus points.
You fuck.
I've got a question for Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you reckon about Mora as a pick? Do you reckon Son's going to miss the first few games, Mora's going to be played? Because I thought it was dead that he didn't play the final. Poch obviously doesn't like him. Do you think he's a decent start pick? Or?
No, I don't think he doesn't like him. I just think he went for the physical option against Van Dijk, Kane. So Son is suspended for the first 2 games of the season, which is Villa at home and I think City away.
Yeah.
So
Villa at home and City away. Yeah.
Mora will definitely play against Villa. So it could be. I think so. Yeah, he'll either play 4-3-3 or 4-2-1-2. Yeah, he'll be up top with Kane, and I think I don't know because you look at his stats. It says he's got 10 goals in 16 games, which is good, but he got 2 hat tricks against Ajax and Huddersfield. So he's consistent. Against Villa, he'll get you a hat trick or he'll just get you the 2 points or whatever. It's a tough one, but I think Spurs fixtures opening are pretty tough. We've got I think our first 3 away games are Man City, Arsenal, and Leicester.
That's right.
We got like,
we've
got well good home games and that. So if he's a rotation option, it's not great. So I don't know. I think I might avoid Spurs until maybe World Cup September.
Fair enough.
Speaking of avoiding players from big teams, does anyone have any Chelsea or United players? I feel like those two clubs are kind of in a bit of flux at the moment.
I've got one Saka.
While this conversation was going on, I'm thinking Rashford probably will have a good season, surely, especially if Lukaku goes and he's number 9. I think Rashford might be a shout, mate.
So inconsistent though.
Do you know how much Rashford is? How much is he? Does anyone know?
8.5.
That's not bad, you know.
So that's a decent price, isn't it?
That's pretty good.
It's a decent price for his potential. He could smash it, and not when we not be surprised that he'd smash it. And
he's only owned by 16% of the teams that have been picked already, so not that many people going for him. To be fair.
But it's fucking like United is just such a basket case club at the moment. You just don't. They could have a horror scene.
Players. That's why.
Yeah.
Fair players.
Yeah. I've personally avoided Chelsea and United. I just think they're too risky at the moment.
Yeah.
I've just got a lot more, just you're going to try and prioritise Liverpool and City.
I've got 3 Norwich players, obviously. 3 Blades.
Go on, and the other one.
3 fucking Southampton, mate. Danny Ings.
Redmond. Don't forget Redmond.
Redmond and
Cedric. Yeah. Cedric's always the one who's floated in and out of my team. Never done anything for me.
I'm just looking here. Zaha is the second highest owned midfielder.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Strange when his future isn't even all wrapped up. Like,
I think people just like having him in their fantasy team. Like people just go for him as like a popularity contest. I don't think they're considering it too much.
Yeah. To be fair,
closer to the time, that percentage would be smaller.
Yeah.
To be fair, last year he was a forward, weren't he? So, he wasn't getting any points. But if he signs for Arsenal, he's a midfielder and he's a decent price. Arsenal
are decent going forward as well. To be fair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they score goals. They do score goals. There's league of
shocking at back though, mate. That's why you do not put in Burn. Fucking Burn.
Right.
Not even Burn. I was calling him Burn, and he was like, "That's Burn," as in like burn your bacon. I was you changed.
Right, so I've got one last topic here in my notes, which is pre-season matches. They all kick off relatively soon. Arsenal's actually has the first, I think, in 2 days on the 6th. They are playing against Bournemouth, which is obviously, I think all the main players are still on holidays. But I think come the end of this month, we'll start seeing the main teams playing the starting 11s. Watford, surprisingly, literally have one scheduled pre-season game on the 27th of July against QPR. That worries me a bit.
This is the thing, though. Every year, people see Watford. They say, "Oh, surely this year, manager turnover, player turnover, they're going to struggle," and they just tear it up for till December, February, and then die off.
Done that the last 2 seasons, haven't they? Decore and who was it the year before?
Mate, Pereira. Pereira was the one to have for the first few weeks.
Capoue, I think, as well, wasn't he? He's a good point to them.
Yeah, but mate, we know for a fact that pre-season is pointless because remember when last season we both started with Hudson-Odoi, started every pre-season game, scoring every game, and then didn't get a minute at the start of the season. So it is pointless to even read into pre-season, I think.
No, I disagree. I think you've got to read it correctly. We read it wrong, obviously, but I think it does. I think they're not pre-season's important. You need to have a strong pre-season. For example, Man City. They got West Ham, Newcastle, then some Japanese, and then they're playing Liverpool on the 4th of August, obviously in the Community Shield.
So is he going to risk Sterling and Aguero in the pre-season when he knows he can win a trophy at the start of the season?
No, but we know that Sterling and Aguero are going to start anyway, right? It's more about figuring out who's going to play. Like Perez, for example, if he started playing, if he's playing again in Leicester's pre-season games, if he doesn't play in any of them pre-season games, I'm taking him out of my team. He's not going to start him if he ain't played him any of the preseason. He's not just going to whack him in. Do you know what I mean? Start the season.
Yeah. True.
So there's quite a few teams who have got quite a lot of preseason matches. So Liverpool, Palace, Chelsea, and Arsenal each have 6 or more preseason matches. Is that a bit overkill?
When do they start?
So they're starting next week.
When's the season start?
Isn't pre-season tours they go dodgy places? Didn't like Loftus-Cheek got snapped in some sort of charity game in Boston. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, that was a
Their
week before the
pre-season-
Europa League final, mate. No,
yeah,
pre-season.
strange, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just that's like
Just for shirt sales, man.
that's sponsor obligations. Like that's part of the contract that they have to do that basically. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs did it with Australia, to be fair. The last 2 years, they
Yeah.
cancelled this year for the Champions League.
I think pre-season matches are more of an insight for not the top six, where they don't have to go around like City got to go play Yokohama Marinos. United have got to go play Kristiansund. That's probably up in bloody Svalbard and Jan Mayen Islands, mate. Spurs. You got Spurs. You can play in Juve, United, and Inter Milan. They're three tough games, but they are in Singapore and Shanghai. But
we are defending the International Champions Cup, to be
Tough
fair.
games for them, you mean?
yeah, exactly. Mate.
Spurs unreal.
Spurs unreal.
I just had a little thought. The Super Cup between Chelsea and Liverpool is between the first and second game week. So,
Is it?
and it's in
Turkey, isn't
I
it?
think.
It's in Apple, yeah.
So, for example, Liverpool, like if they start Salah, they'll be playing Norwich on the 9th. Then they've got to go to Turkey on the 14th, and then 3 days later they're playing Southampton away. So, could alter some actual picks, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, is he going to prioritise the Super Cup? If he does, then our FPL teams are going to suffer, obviously.
Mate, Nick will prioritise that. No way.
It's a trophy, though, isn't it?
Silverware.
And they've only got Norwich and Southampton.
I still think you play solid teams, just like early doors, but
as a Spurs fan, what is silverware? What is it we were talking about?
I don't know, mate. You'll have to find out this season, mate. You might get it. You might get it right this time. Come close last year.
Yeah, putting the pressure on, mate.
That's it. So that's kind of rounded off the topics that I had listed for the pilot episode. I think we've been running for how long, Jake? About 35 minutes?
37 minutes, yeah.
Oh, it's nearly spot on, mate.
So what I'm going to do with this is it literally just outputs it as a video file straight away. So I'm just literally, we need to create a channel to put it on.
So a channel, then where would people listen to this?
Well, we don't know. That's the thing. We're only doing it because we enjoy doing it and we talk about it all the time. So in the fact that we probably get like 10 listeners doesn't even matter because it's actually jokes chatting to you boys. But the fact that we could just upload this to YouTube and then we can do it on the SoundCloud and then you can have it on the app that you can download podcasts on your phone. So obviously over hopefully by mid-season, you'd hope that a few people might want to get on board and listen to what we're chatting about. But we just need a channel name or what we're trying to do name so that I can actually upload it to YouTube, to be fair.
Should we just go FPL?
It would be like an FPL chat room. No, a chat room has bad room.
It's got bad.
It makes me think it's just nonsense.
Yeah,
non-stop nonsense.
Yeah. FPL NBC Dateline.
Yeah. FPL take a seat.
Take a seat.
Why don't we just write it like the FPL Conservatory? So we're just all chatting in the conserve.
I think the Lodge.
The Lodge?
FPL Lodge. FPL Greenhouse. FPL.
FPL Flat. FPL Terraced House.
FPL Semi-Detached. FPL Penthouse.
Oh, shit.
It's Conserve and Lodge are the two, I reckon.
Let's add the Conserve. I'm
just worried that's a bit political.
Yeah, to be fair, Labour will be triggered.
What, the FPL Conservatory is political, you think?
Conservatory is not.
We got to think about if it's going to cause any political unrest across the country.
Actually
the millions of listeners.
I like that, to be fair. FPL like Conservatory or something like that. It's just like, you're out there.
Yeah, let's do FPL Conservatory because then it's like we're actually getting together for a discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the Lodge doesn't actually mean anything to other people.
To other people, true.
Imagine the next time we get together and Bun and Ting. And
you ruined it, man.
Right, start again.
Surely you can edit it, can't you?
Nah, man, just outputs it as a video file.
You must have stopped it while we've been chatting about what we've
Hashtag legalise it.
Nah, this is part of the actual thing, man.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, no, you're going to sign off now, and then when we get famous, people can look back and go, oh, that's how it all started. They didn't even know what to call it.
Now they get their own radio station.
And they all done the thing. Wait, what?
Literally, the outcome of this, if I'm not on TalkSport having it out with Jason Cundy, I've failed.
Yeah.
If I haven't got Brazil's show, mate, by the end of next week, I'll be fuming.
Mace, do you want to wrap it up, mate?
Yeah, sure. So this was the pilot of the FPL Conservatory. Yeah,
You've been listening to.
You've been listening to Smooth Jazz. You've been listening to Mason Grove, Jake Harris, Joseph Cummins, Perry Williamson, and Jordan Palmer, who left us to go and eat Deliveroo, sponsored by Deliveroo. Thanks for listening, whoever does listen, and same time next week, boys.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
So what is that?